Hello, dear student accountancy. This is Satish Kumar N. Mahale, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, Bada. In this video, we are going to continue with the concept of underwriting of shares. In the last video, we had discussed the meaning of underwriting of shares and the first type in which the underwriting takes place. That is when the whole of the issue is underwritten by one underwriter. Let us discuss another two methods in which underwriting takes place. So this is, we can call it the second method or another method. Okay, this is the situation where underwriting part of the issue by one underwriter, where the whole of the issue, the part of it is underwritten by one underwriter. So let us look into what this type suggests and how it should be calculated. If a part of the issue of shares or debentures of a company is underwritten by a single underwriter, it should be assumed that the issuing company has underwritten the remaining portion of the issue. So it is pretty certain. So total issue, let us take an example, 1 lakh shares. If the part, say 50% has been issued, is underwritten by Mr. A, an underwriter, so it is assumed that another 50%, that is 50,000 shares, it is the responsibility of the company. Okay, let us go ahead. It is also assumed that the unmarked applications are marked in the favor of that person, while determining the liability of the underwriter. So unmarked applications, we have discussed the concept of marked and unmarked applications in the previous video. So here the unmarked applications are to the credit of the underwriter who's underwriting. If the information regarding marked applications has not been given, it is assumed that the applications received by the company include marked applications in the proportion to the percentage of the shares underwritten to the total issue. Okay, let us understand this example. Let us understand this type of underwriting with a illustration or with an example. Raj and Company issued 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, of which 80% were underwritten by Mr. Ram. So out of 1 lakh, the total applications received from the public were 84,000 shares, including marked applications for 50,000 shares. Compute the underwriter's liability. Here we have to compute two types of liability. So first one is the maximum liability. Total number of shares issued is 1 lakh. Number of shares subscribed by the public is 84,000. So the maximum liability is 16,000. Another way to calculate, another part of the liabilities to calculate is a number of shares underwritten 84,000, less marked applications 50,000. So net liability 34,000. Okay, so these are two methods of determining the underwriter's liability. So when we compute both the liability 34,000 net liability and the maximum liability 16,000, in this case the underwriter's liability is restricted to 16,000, maximum liability or net liability, whichever is less. So in this method we have to compute two types of liability. One is maximum liability and which one is net liability, and whichever is less is the underwriter's liability. Okay, let us take an example. Let us go into the third or another method of determining the underwriter's liability. The third situation is where underwriting the issue by more than one underwriter. So in the previous two cases, we have seen where there is only one underwriter. In the first case where there was only one underwriter and he takes up the responsibility for the total issue, and in the second case we have seen there is only one underwriter, he takes up responsibility for part of the issue. The third case in which the underwriting is done by more than one underwriter. So let us discuss what this is about. In such a case, the issue is underwritten by more than one underwriter. In this scenario, data regarding marked bearing the stamp of an individual underwriter and unmarked application directly received by the company will be given in the illustration or in the problem. The following 2 points are considered while determining the underwriter's liability. First one, the marked applications are allotted to the underwriters in the proportion of shares or debentures underwritten by them. If the total unmarked and marked applications of an underwriter exceeds the quantity underwritten by underwriter, it is considered as a surplus, and this surplus, importantly, it is transferred to the other underwriters in the ratio of shares or debentures which are underwritten by them. So this method can be cleared with the following example. Let us have a look at this illustration. X Company Limited issued 20,000 shares of rupees 10 each. The shares were underwritten as follows: G 10,000 and H 6,000. 6,000 shares, that is. The public subscribed to 16,000 shares, which include marked applications as follows: G 2,400, H 600 shares. Determine the liability of each underwriter. Okay, let us have a look at this case. This is X is a company which has issued 20,000 shares, out of which G has underwritten 10,000 and H has underwritten 6,000. So balance 4,000 will be the company. And out of that, marked applications have received as for marked applications in his favor, and H has received section in the gross liabilities as follows. So total shares issued by the company is 20,000. Gross liability of G is 10,000. H is 6,000, and the balance company has it is assumed that the balance is the company's liability, which is 4,000. So we deduct the unmarked applications in the ratio of the gross liability, which is 5 to 3 to 2. So 13,000 unmarked applications are deducted. So then we get from there we deduct marked applications which are received as follows: 2,400 for G, and H has received 600 marked applications. So here the net, so the net liability is computed under the above method. We can have a look at another illustration also. A company issued 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each, and the whole of the issue was underwritten by Mr. A, B, and C in the ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 1. The applications received were for 51,000 shares. The particulars of the applications received were as follows: unmarked applications 6,000, marked applications A 30,000, B 10,000, C 5,000. Determine the liability of each underwriter. Okay, the difference between the previous problem and this problem is, here the total issue is what you call as the total issue is underwritten by three underwriters. So there is no role or there is no liability of the company. In the previous case, the company had to take up 4,000 shares as its liability, but in this case, let us look at this problem. There is only A, B, and C. The company column does not exist because the liability of the company is nil. So these three underwriters have taken up the task of underwriting the whole issue of the company. So gross liability is 30,000, 20,000, and 10,000, the way it is given. And unmarked applications also, it is distributed in the total 6,000 unmarked applications is distributed in the favor of the gross liability ratio, that is 3 is to 2 is to 1. And from there, the marked applications are deducted. And when we deduct marked applications, here we get for A minus 3,000, and for B 8,000, and C we are getting plus 4,000. So A we are getting minus 3,000, B we are getting 8,000, and C here we are getting 4,000. So this minus 3,000 of A is a surplus of A. So this surplus needs to be distributed to B and C in the gross liability ratio. So what we have done here is the surplus of A, which is 3000, is transferred to B and C in the ratio of 2:1. That is a gross liability ratio. So 2000 is transferred to Mr. B and 1000 is transferred to Mr. C. So ultimately the net liability of the each underwriter is calculated as follows. The liability of underwriter A is nil, the liability of underwriter B is 6000, the liability of underwriter C is 3000. So this is the way in which we calculate the underwriter's liability. For more problems and references, you can refer the following books: Corporate Accountancy by S.M. Shukla, Corporate Accountancy by Dr. T.N. Godi, and Corporate Accountancy by M.B. Kadkol. Thank you for watching this video. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you.